welcome to the Books of Math. Today we're learning about factoring polynomials. I hope you get an A+ on this test.
Alright, factoring polynomials. Factoring normally has to do with division, and this is why it's so important that those division facts are memorized. Those of you that don't have them memorized, you know I'm talking to you right now. Go memorize division facts because you need them right here. Do you hear me? Do you hear me? Okay. Alright, what we're going to do today for factoring is to factor something, you have to make sure that you can find the GCF, which is called the greatest common factor. So you look at all of your numbers and you figure out what number can go into a 25, a 15, a 10, and a 30. Annabella, do you know what number can go into all those? You don't know? Really? What number can go into all of these?
20?
No, a 5. A 5. So to factor this, we're going to divide everything by a 5. Now Annabella's going to look for us. Annabella, what letter is in all of the terms?
Y.
A Y is in all of the terms. What other letter is in all of the terms?
X.
Okay. So we have an X and a Y in every term. In the terms, there's 4 of them, which makes it a polynomial because it's more than 3. So now we're going to look for the lowest X. What's the lowest X? Right here. Why is this the lowest X? If there's nothing next to it, we're going to put the number 1. So you look for the lowest exponent, and that's the variable that you can use. So now we're going to look for the Y's. What is the lowest Y that we have? We have Y to the 4th, Y to the 3rd, Y to the 7th, and Y to the 6th. Which one's the smallest?
Y to 7th.
7 is smaller than 3?
I mean the 3.
The 3rd. So Y to the 3rd. So when you factor something, you find the greatest number that can go into them. And we find the letters that can go into all of them. And then from there, you take the lowest exponent of that variable. So now you're going to divide. So we have 25 divided by 5. And if you want to take this like I do and break it into different problems, you are more than welcome. So what you can do is you can take that 25, x to the 2nd, y to the 4th, and divide it by 5, x to the 1st, y to the 3rd. You can take this one, 15x to the 4th, y to the 3rd, and also divide it by the same denominator. We can take this one over here, the 3rd term, and divide it by that same denominator. And then we can take our last term and also divide it by that same denominator. So what we're going to do is we're going to divide the numbers. 25 divided by 5 is 5. When we divide with variables and exponents, the exponents actually subtract. So x2 minus x1 would just be x to the 1st. 4 minus 3 would give us y to the 1st. Now, as long as you understand that there's a 1 there, you're right. If you write the 1 there, you're still right. But you have to understand that on a test, they will not have a 1 there. It will be the letter by itself, and you're just supposed to know that there's a 1 there. So let's go ahead and divide here. We have 15 divided by 5, which is a positive 3. We have 4 minus 1, which is 3. And we have y3 minus y3. Well, that's going to give us y0, which means there's no y's that we should be writing down. Come over here to this term. A negative divided by a positive is automatically a negative. 10 divided by 5 is 2. x2 minus x1 would be x1. And y7 minus y3 would be y4. And again, if you write the 1, it's fine. As long as you understand on a test, it won't be there. Okay? So now we have 30 divided by 5, which is a positive 6. x1 minus x1 means x to the 0 power, so we're not going to write anything. And then we have y6 minus y3, and that's going to give us y to the 3rd. All right, guys, I hope that helps. If you have any questions, let me know. But this, I'm not finished yet. Why am I not finished yet? We talked about this in class. This looks great, but it has to be written with parentheses, and whatever our factor was, whatever we took out as the greatest common factor, has to be written on the outside of the parentheses. And you do this because if we go back and check our work, when we distribute, we should get the same answer. So let's see if we do. 5 times 5, 25. X1 plus X1 is X2. Y3 plus Y1 is Y4. Does this match this? So far, we're good. So now we're going to go over here. 5 times 3 is positive 15. X1 plus X3 gives us X4. And Y3 times nothing gives us Y3. We're going to check. This matches this. So far, we're good. Now we're going to multiply over here. 5 times negative 2 is negative 10. X1 plus X1 gives us X2. And Y3 plus Y4 gives us Y7. We're going to check. Negative 10x squared, y to the 7th. Negative 10x squared, y to the 7th. Finally, 5 times 6 is 30, a positive 30. X times nothing gives us x to the first. And Y3 plus Y3 gives us y to the 6th. We're going to check. 30x to the first, y to the 6th. There we go. So you always check your work by redistributing everything to make sure that your answer matches your original answer. All right, guys, hope that helps.